The current situation in Israel, of course, at the forefront of all our thoughts, both waking and even when we're asleep sometimes. And we've certainly been confronted by many challenges. And we're very fortunate that whenever we face various struggles, we have our tradition, our texts, and the wisdom of generations to guide us. And so I wanted to briefly share with you a few thoughts as we prepare ourselves for the beautiful Chag of Chanukah. One interesting law about the Nerot Chanukah is that the candles of the Chanukiah can only be lit once nightfall has set in. And I think that this is not incidental at all. Light can only really be appreciated in the face of darkness. And it's only during darkness, when we ignite the lights, that those lights' impact is most apparent and noticeable. And I think that the message here is very, very clear. We are in the midst of a time of darkness, of one of the darkest times in Jewish history, and certainly in modern Jewish history. But yet there is so much light that needs to be and can be and has been lit. From the acts of chesed and unity that we've seen across the Jewish world, to the fact that we have an army and an Israeli state that will continue to be strong and proud and do what it needs to do. Those are sources of light that we need to nurture and protect. Another interesting law of Chanukah is that, unlike Shabbat candles, which are intended to provide light for the home, the light of the Chanukiah is meant to be placed in a position that can be seen from the street. In other words, you have not fulfilled the mitzvah of the Chanukiah if you have not achieved Pirsuma Nisa, the publicity of the miracle. You have not lit your lights in a way that shows your pride and your dedication and your commitment to what it is to be Jewish. And I think now more than ever, in the world that we live in a world of a bit of darkness, in a world of a bit of confusion, the imperative that we have to be lights and beacons of morality and clarity are absolutely critical. And we know to our entire community, as we start to think about leaving school for a little bit and going off on holidays, that we have the ability to carry our Jewish pride really at the centre of what we do, the way we conduct ourselves, the way we approach the world, the way we respond, and the way we advocate for our people. We hope that you will continue to generate that light. But I want to digress, still on the theme of Chanukah, but to acknowledge Rabbi Kennard and the last assembly that he will have after many, many assemblies, after many, many years in the leadership of our college. There's a law that once the Chanukah candles are lit, the Chanukiah should not be moved. This is a symbol of the things that need to be fixed and permanent in our life. And Rabbi Kennard, both in the way he conducts himself and in the way that he's encouraged us as staff, students and the community to conduct ourselves, is to be unwavering, to know who we are, to know what we stand for, and no matter what the trends or the winds of the various ideologies and times dictate, we remain loyal and proud and steadfast in what we believe. And of course, one of the other laws of Ner Chanukah is that it doesn't count as being lit until the shamash has lit it and it remains lit on its own. Rabbi Kennard, you've given us a lot over many, many years, but I think the greatest gift that you've given us and that you can now leave us with confidence is that you've been able to remove the shamash, remove your leadership, but we will stand tall, we will remain lit, we will remain loyal to all the values that you've imparted to us, and so we thank you for your leadership, your dedication, and we wish you all the very best.